It's Ricky Rodriguez, and I'm back here with my real estate investment tips and updates. You may have seen the first two videos in this series. Today I wanted to talk about how do you decide what home to buy, investment property specifically. So I mentioned earlier that it's a big difference and a different investment model if you're going to buy to flip, whether you're going to buy to hold and then rent it out. If you're going to buy a house to flip, you're going to have to be really careful and make sure that you buy in an area where there's enough, and buy property with enough spread in there so that you can do a necessary renovation and then still make some money on the backside, because that's what it's all about ultimately, unless you are just the most altruistic investor out there, which maybe you are. Anyway, so that you're really going to want to look at what folks are paying per square foot in that neighborhood for a fully renovated home, and then also what your purchase price is going to be. Make sure that you plan on transaction costs, that you over plan for renovation. So I generally recommend that folks use at least a 10 to 15% contingency in renovation planning. Anyone who's watched HGTV for a moment or worked on their own investment property knows that once you get behind the walls, things can very quickly mushroom, and then you have a larger problem that costs you a lot more money than you had planned for. And that's where the contingency comes in. So if you have a couple $1,000s set aside for that, awesome, you're able to address the problem, move forward with your investment. If you don't have those funds, then it's already cutting out right out from your margin, and that's not a good thing. So I would focus on, if that's your flip model, make sure you can buy at the low enough price as well, and stay firm on your acquisition price. Know what your maximum bought price is going to be, and then just don't sway from that. Say, this is what I'm going to spend in this neighborhood. And I'll find something, I'll wait until I find a home that works there. Also, make sure that you have a rehab plan. I'm talking about a detailed plan from your contractor and your inspector about what is going to go in. The back of an envelope is not going to do it. You're going to need to know how much carpet is going in. Are the bathrooms going to be updated? If so, to what level? Is the kitchen being updated? What part of the kitchen? All of the kitchen? What about the cabs? Are you keeping them? So you can see quickly where there are one decision turns into 2, 3, 4, 5, and they really start spiraling. So have a plan to rehab. I'll talk more about that in the next video. But really the most important part is when you're going to buy right and stick to your guns. If you are going to buy for putting it into a rental and what's called mailbox money, the key there is to really look at what is homes in that area are renting for on a square foot basis at the top of market, which is generally where you want to be. Some investors certainly do fine by living at the bottom of the market. To me, that's not necessarily any place that I personally want to be. So I advise my investors to really look at saving money in the long run by repairing correctly, and then you're going to attract the best tenants. You're going to keep your tenants for a long time. Turnover costs money, vacancy costs money, and those are costs that sometimes first-time investors or relatively inexperienced investors miss out on, and they don't include in their pro forma. So don't fish where you want to fish. Fish where the fish are biting, and make sure you know your areas, or your realtor knows what areas have the best investment returns. Please join me next time on this video series, where I'll be talking about planning for the renovation of your home and what things to avoid and what things to look forward to doing and to make as part of your standard operating procedure. All right, everyone, have a great day. Bye-bye.